And hello, I'm the normal playing guy, and wow, do we have some exciting news! We have the Super Saiyan 3 Goku, and we have the new Hirudegarn. Believe it or not, it is a first ever standalone Hirudegarn, which is pretty cool, right? Um, yeah, the monster's first time coming. Do you know what? Let's start with Hirudegarn because he is absolutely, without a doubt, the most interesting one here. They have transformations, and it looks like Goku has his standby mode. This kicks off 2024 alongside the Trunks and Gohan. Admittedly, they're a bit naff, but these are got to be good, right? So, Hirudegarn, the Phantom Margin of Fear. So, movie bosses or resurrected warriors is your 170% and the additional for legendary existence or transformation boost. Okay, so movie bosses with transformation boost is going to be a really easy one to get. In fact, anything with transformation boost is going to be a really easy one to get, but that could be really good. It depends on his links. I do see here big bad bosses, which means he's already going to be good. So let's have a look. So stacks defense. So already we're talking a pretty decent unit that you can use for the longevity. So we have an entrance animation upon the character's entry turn, and you get 3 key 100% to your stats and a 50% chance to crit for the first 5 turns from appearance. That's pretty good, so that's pretty decent. However, you do have 200% at the start of turn flat out. So 200% to stats, no key, but you do get a little bit for the first 5 turns. Wow, so you're going to be looking fairly strong. We have an additional 100% attack on attack, and that's just attacking. It's not like on super attack, for which does stack defense, by the way. So you have a 70% chance to dodge. Okay, that's really good. That keeps kind of in theme with the rest of the Hirudegarns. You're guaranteed an additional attack that itself has a 70% chance to become a super attack after you dodge. So that's pretty good. So you have a 70% chance to dodge, which will trigger that. And you get an additional 10% defense with each attack evaded up to 50. Do you know what? This dude looks pretty good because, like, you're going to be building up. It's a slot 1 unit. It's a slot 1 unit for movie boss, resurrected warriors, and legendary existence in particular. And you'll be able to have 300% to your stats with a 70% chance to dodge, building up. So your first few turns could look really good. There is a transformation, and what I find funny is transformation units generally they generally are quite complete. This already is pretty good, right? It can be a little bit basic. I mean, we do stack, we do have decent amounts of start of turn stats, which all looks very good. We can activate it from the 3rd turn if 70% HP or less, or from the 6th turn, no HP. So 70% HP or less, I feel like that's probably plausible, but we'll see. So Hirudegarn in his perfect form. Ooh, the animation looks nice. So let's have a look. So you greatly raise attack. Wow, so you can stack up your defense and then you can transform, right? So, okay, so you'd want to stay in that for as long as you can, realistically, but you greatly raise attack for the turn. Okay, so you have 3 key 250% defense, which is the same as having the extra 50% built up for every attack dodged, plus your standard. So you get it all together. You get 150% attack on attack, so that's pretty good. So it's a little bit more, plus an additional 100% to stats and a 50% chance to crit as the first attacker in a turn. So you only get this defense as the first attacker. So let's see. You launch an additional attack that has a 70% chance of becoming a super attack. Okay, so now we greatly raise attack plus this additional attack. So he's going to hit hard. You have a 70% chance to dodge. So you still maintain dodge, which is good. So you can still use it in slot 1. And then, of course, on attack, you get this. So that's going to be really good. 70% chance to dodge is really good. Not many of them come out. We have another additional attack that itself has a 50% chance to become a super after you dodge. Okay, and another additional chance of evading enemy super attack and a chance of performing a crit 10% within the same turn with each attack evaded. So that's basically SDR Janemba. And you're guaranteed to evade enemy's attack upon the next attacking turn every time you evade 3 attacks. Dude, is he not immortal? Is he not immortal? So all I see here is just dodge. We opened up. Hey, if they're trying to say to us that dodge is for the win, I'm on it, because all I'm seeing here is dodge, 100% dodge. So this is nuts. So let's have a look. We have multiple chances of super attacks with 70% chance to dodge. Every dodge you do builds up 10%, and that is effectively unlimited. Yeah, I mean, so you could have 70%. You dodge one, that's going to give you 80% chance to dodge. Then you'll have 90% chance to dodge. You're going to have virtually guaranteed dodge off anywhere. I mean, the only way you couldn't do that is if you had it went up against Broly, right? Red Zone Broly. You do have, I think, type advantage. I'm pretty sure you do, but he's probably the only place you couldn't use it. There might be someone else as well where you can't. But wherever dodge is going, you have a 70% chance to dodge. You have additional attacks built in just from dodging. Whoa, the guy's something. Jesus. So you would stay in this form to stack, right? Yeah, you can transform from the third. So that providing your HP is 70% or less. If you're going to use movie bosses, that's probably not going to be the case, because a lot of them do have the ability to heal, and some of them are just outright powerful. But like this is insane. When you do transform, you're just nigh on immortal, right? Because you're just not going to get hit. Thinking about movie boss Extreme Super Battle Road. Now there are a bunch of easy A's which really help out. We're talking like Easy A Turles and Easy A Roly. There are some in particular which are extraordinary for it. But looks like he could do an absolute walkover on the Extreme Super Battle Road. Resurrected Warriors and all that stuff as well could be really good. Transformation boost as well could be a good one. Yeah. Okay, so let's check out his links. In his links, do they change in... They do not change. So we have Brutal Beatdown, Berserker, Big Bad Bosses, which is the huge one here, Revival, Nightmare, Fear of Faith, and Fierce Battle. So, Big Bad Bosses. Now, that's real easy to grind because you can just use those orbs that we get, the Link Skill Up orbs, and boom, level 10. So, yeah, everything else can be at level 1, and then you got this. Perhaps if you had, like, Metamorphosis, that would make him brilliant. If we took away something like Revival and put in Metamorphosis, the dude would be insane. Hell, actually make it Berserker, right? Because Berserker's only for him and Broly, which, I mean, legitimately you could possibly get. So, of course, we're good on Resurrected Warriors, Movie Bosses, Transformation Boost, Time Travelers, Planetary Destruction, Storied Figures, and Legendary Existence. So, yeah, we can see Resurrected Warriors and Movie Boss Transformation Boost becoming quite good. Storied Figures. So, is he going to work with the other Tapions? No, not really, because the other Tapions have like Hero, or they have Cold Judgment, right? So, or experienced fighters. So definitely not. We can totally ignore that, irrespective if they come from the same film. So, what we'll probably do have is a really good one for well, Big Bad Bosses or movie heroes or even just Resurrected Warriors will fit in with absolutely everything. You'll find that a lot of them, like the Sins or the Omegas, or in particular like the Blacks, they could have Fear and Faith. Broly's do have like Nightmare, Berserker, Brutal Beatdown. A lot of Saiyans have Brutal Beatdown and Nightmare. Like Physical Turles has something along those lines. You'll probably quite easily trigger Brutal Beatdown, Big Bad Bosses, and Fierce Battle quite often. So he could be a solid linking partner. What we got: 25% attack and defense, 15% attack, and then we have 20% attack. So not much in the way key, but we're going to be hard hitting. Speaking of your stats, then, so we enter the game with 10,500. That's pretty good for the second Dokkenfest unit. It's funny how it says 28th of December 2023. Now that's probably just going to be yeah, so because Global will get it kind of soon, so they had it a few days before, which is kind of annoying, really. But yes, and then of course, coming in with 69%, unsure, but you're probably going to be looking somewhere around 11,500. So that is something. So again, the huge boost to that one. But yes, looking pretty good. So how does this fare to the explosive signature move of Super Saiyan 3. Well, if the other one is very defensive with his dodges, I could imagine we're going to have a very nasty time with this guy in terms of offensive capability. So we have movie heroes or final trump is your full 170%, and then the additional for Super Saiyan 3 or Kamehameha. Okay, that's really good. Movie heroes and Super Saiyan 3 go hand in hand. Final Trump and Super Saiyan 3 go hand in hand. And virtually any Final Trump can have Kamehameha. So we're looking really good in here. That's a fantastic leader skill. So greatly stacks attack. Wow. And your 30% defense for the turn. But you greatly stack attack. Opening up with a big hitter here. So 3 key 200% to stats, that's really good. 3 key really helps when you're talking like a Super Saiyan 3, because they could have stuff like Over in the Flash, where what they really need is they need like Shattering the Limit or Prepare for Battle. So that really helps. 30% chance to crit, that's just flat out. You have a 50% chance to dodge, flat out. You have 150% when performing a super attack, of which you do get a little bit of defense, so that's fine. You have an additional 159% to stats, a chance of crit and dodge plus 20% as the second or third attacker. Wow, so do you get anything for the first? Let's see. So you get an additional attack 159% and a chance to perform a crit plus 50% when you're under 60% HP. And that's not exactly as if it's once only. That's just a thing. And you have a 70% chance to nullify super attacks that are unarmed. Okay. So, wow. So what? 30% chance to crit, 50% chance to dodge. You have quite a lot of stats on super attack. As the second or third attacker, you have an additional 20% chance to dodge. So basically, you have, like a 70% chance to dodge? Really? You have a 70% chance to dodge in the second or third turn. That's pretty insane. With a 30% chance to crit? What I think is interesting is this bit. When you fall below 60% HP, you gain an insane amount of attack and a guaranteed crit. Or rather, you're gonna, because it's plus 50%, when HP is 59% or less. So when you're under 60%, so it doesn't matter. It's not as if it's like once only. You just fall below that threshold and you're just going to absolutely annihilate. You think guaranteed crits, or failing that, an extra 159% on top of this 150%, on top of the fact that you greatly stack attack, yeah, that's going to be absolute monster. Even at 55%, which is a respectable 12,700, you're going to be hitting something like 6 million. It's going to be fairly consistent. And remember, every super attack will get better. This guy's not an LR, by the way, which is perhaps a bit of a shame. But he's still going to hit ridiculously hard. So that's going to be something. So let's have a look what we have. So we have a standby turn. This could be anything. Could be guard. It could be one-hitter quitters. I mean, we don't know. So activated when 70% or less HP from the third turn or just from the sixth. So I reckon that's fairly doable. So what do we get when we enter standby mode? Ooh, okay. So let's have a look. We are unable to attack except when finish is activated. Okay, so it's one of those. Attack and defense 333%. You get given quite a lot more. Plus an additional 159% attack from one turn from the start of turn. Okay. 70% chance to dodge. Okay. And if you're 60% or less, chance to evade enemies' attack, another 20%. So that's 90% chance to dodge. Okay, 90%. You have the Scouter effect, which is really busted. All allies get 3 key 59% defense, really busted. And you get an additional 333% attack and a guaranteed dodge when your finish is activated. What do you do? So how do you trigger this plus an additional this plus the additional this? So how do you do it? Activated when the enemy performs a super attack against a character. Wow, so you have the Scouter specifically to get targeted. When you get targeted, you're guaranteed to dodge it, and then you'll hit them with 666% plus a little bit extra. What the hell? On top of which, 100% to attack. You counter with intense power, with super intense power, and then all attacks become crits. What is super intense power? That's got to be insane. Think about this. You have the super attack directed at you, and then this is going to be an insane transformation, an insane video to watch, because like the animation is going to be insane. Because we have 333, so that's 666. We have an additional 160% attack. So that's like 820 or something mad like that. You have nearly 1,000,000% in attack. And then this. And then you just double it. Just like 100% to attack with guaranteed crits. Whew. Wow. Wowsy. Jesus. So, Golden Warrior, same warrior race, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Over in a Flash, Limit Breaking Form, and Fierce Battle. Oof, yeah, I can see key, attack, lots of attack, definitely attack, key and attack. Yeah, there's it's solid. Super Saiyan 3 is definitely a way to go. So we're talking Super Saiyan 3, Final Trump, Turtle School, Accelerated Battle, Power Beyond. These are some of the ones in particular which will really stand out. Let's have a look. Goku Family, sure, but you'll have to try and build around it. Bond of Parent, Bond of Friendship, maybe, because remember, as much as you say he's good, you got to fit him on these teams. Same Warrior Race, Super Saiyan, Kamehameha, Fierce Battle. Sure, but his key ones like Limit Breaking Form and Over in a Flash, well, you're only going to get them on like Power Beyond, Super Saiyan 3, Final Trump. That's realistically what you're going to get. So this dude's absolutely insane. Coming in with 10,000 defense, 12,700 attack, goes to 16,000 and 12,700. So you can imagine 69% is going to be approximately, maybe nearly 12,000, because the first one's always the big one. Yes. Oh, here we go. His additional boost on finish attack is calculated separately for a total of 2,500%. When your finish is activated, you get the additional that from the third turn. Oof, the super intense, the super intense power alone is 500%. That's pretty mad. And then that alone gets multiplied by 100% because we have the massively raised attack. The dude is just bonkers, right? Nearly 1,000% attack, and then you double it with this. Absolutely insane. Okay, so that's how it is. We have a very defensive base and we have a very offensive base. So the big question is, when are these coming to global? Well, we know that it's the New Year units. The fact that we don't have him now is a bit of a bummer, but they must be releasing. Now, the last time they did this was literally a couple of weeks away. It could be days away, but it could just be halfway through January. So it will be in January. That's a high chance. Don't quote me on that, but it's probably going to be in January. They're not intentionally going to try and screw us over on this, right? So that's what's probably going to happen. So sit back, take your stones, gather them up, skip the Trunks banner. By God, if I find out people are on the Trunks banner, I'm going to slap you guys with my dueling glove. And I'll need to buy a dueling glove just for that reason. But save your stones. You can use it if needed on the step up banners. That's a curious one itself. And then, of course, we have this. So again, save your stones. Go for the Goku or go for the Hirudegarn. Honestly, maybe Hirudegarn, because, like, dude, it's one of a kind, right? That's insane. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video. Fantastic units that we will open up with. It's a shame it's currently Trunks and Gohan for global. Then we'll have this. But yes, anyway, if you like this video, woohoo, and tell me what your favourite part of these units are. And if you didn't, well, if you didn't like it, well, that sucks to be you, and I hope you have terrible summons. I'm only joking. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Thank you, and bye-bye.